what you do. You play a little game of I don't want this to happen. Okay? Can I please get 3 blockers right here and 1 jammer? Okay. So we're going to play a little game of I don't want this to happen. And in a tiny little nutshell, that's what we're basically doing for the next 2.5 hours. It's not going to look like that, but that's basically what we're doing. I don't want this to happen. So, these 3 blockers, say the most basic, I don't want this to happen. She's your opponent.
She gets right through.
You don't want her to get around you because you don't want her to pass your what? Hips. Because if she passes your hips according to rule 8.3.1, what happens? She gets your point. And according to rule 2.2.2, what happens in rule 2.2.2?
Whoever has the most points wins.
All the time. Okay, so most basic, I don't want this to happen, is that they don't want her to pass.
No.
Most basic, I don't want this to happen, is what? I want
You know what?
Let her say, ask her.
I don't want them to block me. I want to pass them.
I want to pass them.
I don't want this to happen.
Bad at telling.
Okay, so the most basic form of I don't want this to happen is that she would like to pass them. So she would not like them to prohibit her, and she would like to keep her from going past. Now, there's some psychological studies that show that it's better to say what you would like rather than what you would not like, okay? So we are now going to rephrase that. So please say the most basic form of what you would like.
I would like to stop this bitch.
Okay, lovely.
Thank you.
Now,
I'm in it.
what's the most basic form of I would like this to happen?
I would like to pass them.
As fast as possible.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so if your league is at a loss for what strategy you should use, play the game of I would like this to happen and do it one at a time. Okay? So they would like to keep her, she wants to get past. So what happens if she comes over here?
We go that way.
Okay, strategy number 1, we move to the outside line.
Together.
And that seems really silly to call that a strategy, but that is basically the most tiny little nutshell of our sport, okay? Now, if your league is at a loss for drills to practice good strategies, simply practice what you need to happen over and over and over again. That's all a drill is. Taking one tiny little moment and practicing it until you're super good at it. Just like that drill we practiced when we were backwards on one foot. Okay? Now, we're about to talk about good ideas, and we're going to do it off skate, and then we're going to do it on skate. But, hey, we are actually about to juggle between good ideas for jammers and good ideas for blockers right now. So you are seemingly going to be jumping around, but really it's just 2 parts that make a whole, okay? So here we go. We're going to start with these women here. Okay, someone mentioned to me that my hips stayed forward and square when I was doing my active feet. Get this. Blockers, you want to try your best to create natural back blocks. You want her to back block you. Not because you're trying to send her over there to the box, but because the last time I checked, I can't get through her body. Right? I'm not alien. I can't like, I've tried it. That's why the drinks at the after party. It's just no good. So as this person's coming up, can I join this little huddle right here? And say that, y'all scoot over there. She wants to pass me towards my left. All I'm going to do is that. Now, yeah, she ran into my back. Not a back block major because I produced engagement. But now my body is square in front of her. I am solidly blocking her. Now, what I saw from yesterday's back blocking bracing drills is y'all are incredibly quick to move your body. Okay? So this person was coming up on you and trying to pass. And when y'all are bracing backwards, she might tease over there and then run back over here. And instead of staying like Fury is right now, you're going to switch spots. What I saw you all doing was she would run over there, and then she'd run here, and y'all were like, okay? That is an exaggeration. However, a problem, because it was pretty darn close to that. So what we're looking for right now, have you all watched Atlanta's gameplay? You know how they move as a unit? You know how they stay square? That's what we're looking for right now. Not saying it's the best way, the Techies don't play that way, but it's a good way and I think y'all should learn it. So y'all are about to do a drill that looks very similar to what we did last night. But first it's just going to be a 3-wall versus a 1. And as she moves around trying to get past you all, you're going to try to stay square. Now I want to show you all something. You can't have your feet getting in each other's way, okay? So make sure as you do this, you're either staggered, like so, or your feet aren't going to run into each other. So basically the drill that y'all are about to do is going to look like this. Will you start on that cam line, please? We're here, we're 3, we're about to block, and Fury, go grab a different spot for a second. She's going to come up to us, and we're going to do our best to stay square. And I mean square to the track, okay? So if your hips pivot, we are not following direction. I'm not saying this is the best concept on the earth. I'm saying it's a very good one for y'all specifically, and it's the one we're going over. So that's what you blockers will be doing. Now, can I get my free will? Now, you join the free will for a second? I'm your gamer. Okay. I heard a couple of questions about what you've learned versus something I said today. So, my friend Teflon Donna, she's decent. Just joking. Teflon Donna is a very strong woman. She comes from a gymnastics background. She's very competitive. She's very studious. She's very smart. Okay? She said that when Scrum Stars started, she did not know what to do, how to get past them. And what she did was she studied how football players get through walls, and she got her arms up over her chest, and she drove. Okay? Now, that was the first way I ever tried getting through those scrums, and it was very helpful. So today, I recommended where you put your hands in front of your chest and you drive through. Okay? Now, my friend Bonnie Thunder, pretty good jammer, very smart, very studious. She comes from an ice skating background, and you're not going to see Bonnie go through a wall too much like that, okay? What you're going to see Bonnie do lately is really nuzzle her shoulder and try to get in what my football coach calls skinning. Okay? I think there's more than one way to skin a chicken. And we're going to try it Tess' way first and then Bonnie's way second, okay? So, y'all are going to be doing this drill. You're going to be starting off with a 3-wall, okay? And a jammer. So I got to tell you all, you will be juggling, because sometimes you'll be in that wall blocking, and sometimes you'll put on your jammer cap and you'll be jamming. And you have to remember what your job is when you're there and what your job is when you're here. So the first thing that us jammers are going to do, we're going to make our little run. And we're going to come up to this wall. We're going to really try to push through it. And we're going to try to stay legal, and we're just going to drive, all the way up to the wet line. Pivot. Essentially pushing it how many feet?
30.
I think we started here. Was that wrong?
Sorry.
No, you did. Okay, so 20 feet.
20.
We all know the symbolic for the engagement zone. Okay, so that's the first task. Okay, so look at someone next to you and tell her, what's the 3-wall thinking about? Tell the person next to you. Where? Okay, look at that person next to you and tell them what the jammer is thinking about. Okay, now hey, in that demo, I only drove in one. If you'd like to switch and drive through the other midway through, that is okay. But right now, I'm not interested in you doing a lot of this stuff. Okay, I'm really interested in perseverance, looking to where you want to go and driving your opponent. Does everyone feel that they have a pretty good idea of what we're about to do? Yeah. Okay,